Hello, welcome back to Lucky Fools.
Lucky Fools!
It's been 5 weeks, and we're happy to be back
It's
in
been
our
5
regular
weeks since you played with me. Pick up your dice and roll an at 20.
There's been quite some developments from last time, and we're ready to see the fallout of said developments. So, let's dive right into it and take it away with our sponsor, Dane.
Have a special event coming up, but you don't know who to hire to see over it? Sure, you could spend hours on the scrying net dealing with Boogle overload, or reading reviews on Yelp. Hey honey, this one looks good. The 1-star review only says they kicked their dog. Or you could just hire Crumbs, Master of Ceremonies. Crumbs is a paladin trained and guided by Durakel. Need your alignment adjusted? Crumbs can give you an atonement rotation. Need some holy water? Crumbs can bless it. Is your child having that special birthday? Order a coming of age package. Have you lost everything and want to devote yourself to Durakel? The devotion is the package for you. Are you dead? Order the funeral service. Getting married? Have Crumbs officiate. Have some incurable disease? Crumbs can lay his hands on you. Crumbs has performed countable number of ceremonies and has a 5 out of 5 on Yelp, with 100% satisfaction of reviewers. Just listen to these comments. Crumbs performed my wedding ceremony, and now I am married to my favorite bunnykins. I had that old person forgetful disease, and he cured it with a single touch. If that's not enough to convince you that Crumbs is right for you, then you must hate snails or serve Energizer and deserve whatever terrible fate karma has in store for you. So, stop wasting your time searching when the best option has been presented to you already. Crumbs, Masters of Ceremonies. We are not held responsible for any mentioning of bait during the ceremony. Back to you, Jared.
Perfect. Thanks, Dane. Such good advice. Follow Crumbs. He will help. And with that, did you have something else you wanted to contribute, David, or are we going right into our recap?
Make sure you eat your cereal.
Especially your Wheaties. Perfect. Now, the long-awaited recap. If you have that as well, Dane. Or
I do indeed.
All right.
So, previously on Lucky Fools.
Right.
The Lucky Fools were sent to a city up north to assist with their giant problem. When they arrived, they discovered that their problem was a two-headed giant actually attacking the city. The group met Ezra Hardin, the city's head mage, and came up with a plan to get the necklaces off. Bate suggested that they deal with the two-headed giant by making a giant cheeseburger, making friends, and taking the giant back with them to Cianon. The giant loved the cheeseburger and the next day returned with a few friends to destroy the city while they waited for more cheeseburgers. The group convinced all the giants to return with them to Cianon, but as they left, the city had formed an angry mob. The mob decided it was going to kill the Lucky Fools, so Bate sicked the giants on them. Ezra teleported the group to another plane of existence to escape the chaos, where they traveled a ways and used another portal to return to the prime material plane, in the forest close to where they had killed the troll.
Are you gonna read the real recap now?
This is the real recap?
That happened like forever, unless it's like a big recap, because that happened like
yes,
forever.
It's been 5 weeks.
Okay, fair enough. My bad. Continue. My apologies.
I mean, do you want the short version?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You are
all right.
You're good. My bad.
The group camped for the night, and in the morning, Bate, Crumbs, and Fifth were visited by Quester thieves in a shared vision where many shenanigans happened. Once freed from the shared vision, a lie from Fifth broke Bate's mind, and he was taken over by the spirit of Abner Titanborn. Abner left the group heading for town and was telepathically addressed by Quester, where the two of them agreed to join forces. The rest of the group make it back to Cianon, where they find their beloved Holy Cow had moved locations due to immense success. They find its new location, discover that they had been gone for 3 weeks thanks to time flowing differently on different planes of existence, and then went to bed. Shay left in the early morning. The rest of the group met a curious character known as Kane, who is looking for Abner. Kane joins the group, since if they find bait, they will find Abner. The group minus Shay report to Lord Grimsborth for the next assignment, which is the wedding between Fifth and Elba. Crumbs officiates, and it's a wonderful ceremony. Navarre impersonates a gargoyle. Crumbs sits on a teacup, and Darakel infuses her into Crumbs' holy symbol. Fifth and Elba slip away from the reception and enjoy their wedding night. Kane eavesdrops on Quester and Lord Grimsborth, learning that Quester is going to transfer the control of the necklaces to Grimsborth the next night at Quester's new house. There's a zombie attack in the town square. Kane and Crumbs defeat the zombies. Crumb thinks they look familiar but can't remember why. Crumbs and Kane return to Grimsborth's house to look for Fifth, but find Navarre on the roof instead. They convince Navarre to come with them to look at the bodies. Navarre confirms that all the zombies are members of the Thieves Guild. The three of them rush to the Thieves Guild hideout and find that it has been destroyed. Crumbs figures out that Kane is an undead himself, and they discuss that before clearing out the treasure vault. The three of them return to the Holy Cow for the night. Fifth joins them in the morning, and Kane reveals that Quester and Grimsborth are going to change control of the necklaces. The group minus Shay decide that they are going to have Kane infiltrate Quester's home, impersonate the maid, then slip them a sleeping drug in the middle of their meeting. The plan quickly falls apart. Many shenanigans ensue. Key points are that Abner forces Quester to release him, and Quester and Grimsborth are both violently murdered in their sleep, which frees everyone from their necklaces. Fifth plants some evidence, pinning the crime on Lord Pumpenbuse, then takes Elba to one of his hideouts, and if I remember correct, Kane, Crumbs, and Navarre return to the Holy Cow, where they went to bed.
Perfect. That is a great recap for all the things.
Well, I
So
mean,
with that,
it's been a while, so...
Yep, no problem at all. So with that, that is where we will open up the session. Once again, we start off with the next morning. Crumb, you wake up, and for the first time, you feel free. Nothing is interrupting your thoughts. You're free to do as you will. As a bright, free morning has greeted you.
I'm hungry. Hey, Bait, do you... Oh. Right. I head downstairs to get some food.
Okay. You come downstairs and you see the normal, usual crowd that's there. With Fruct is busy with his other servants getting people settled in, and you also happen to see Ezra Harden, and Shay is also has made her appearance. She has come back.
Oh, Shay! How have you
You
been?
wouldn't recognize me at all.
I wouldn't recognize you.
Just
No,
kidding,
you would
don't
not.
recognize her. So you see a person in the group as
I wonder
well
how
as-
Shay's doing. Anyway, I'm gonna just give me some food. Hey, Rock!
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Hey, hungry. My name is Rock.
Nice to meet you. I need foods.
Nice to meet you.
What's
Oh,
breakfast
okay.
today?
Well, we have eggs and we have oatmeal.
Okay, I'll have those.
Okay.
How many eggs do you have?
Like 2 dozen or so.
All right, can I have all your eggs and bacon?
Okay, so some
No,
of
wait.
the eggs and bacon.
No, I mean all of your eggs.
Okay. I'll go start that. And he bustles off into the kitchen to start.
And I take a seat and
eating.
fiddle around with the key. Sorry, the key in my pocket that I took off Lord Grimsbirth's body. And
As
I
you
pull
sit
it out
down, and then
and
Ezra
fiddle with it.
Hardin walks up to you. Hello there. Good morning.
Hello.
Where's the rest of your party?
Well, I haven't seen Bait in a while. He left, and Shay is. Well, I haven't seen Shay in a while either, and Never is. I don't. Maybe he's sleeping, and then there's Bunny. I don't know where the bunny's at. Maybe he's sleeping also.
Well, when everyone comes
And
down,
Teacup's right here.
Yes, yes, yes. When everyone comes, let me know. I'll be at the corners. I have to go over some scrolls.
You have to. What are you doing with your scrolls?
I have to read them. Can you read?
I try not to.
That's probably very wise, considering the source.
I
You
mean,
just eat your
Wait.
breakfast and gather the party, and then we'll go out. We'll go talk about things after when we're all together.
I mean, I can read. I've read some things. That's how I do paladin stuff sometimes. But reading it's hard on my eyes. If my eyes started to go bad because I was reading, then I wouldn't be able to hit enemies with my axe very well.
Right. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Well, you enjoy your eggs, Mr. Crumb.
You can
We shall
read to
see.
me if you want. Do I need do you want to read those scrolls to me? You can.
Do you happen to speak Elvish?
Shoot, what's the website? I've been trying to pull up my character sheet. My brain joy blank.
D&D Beyond.
Oh my gosh. I was like, I keep thinking roll 20. Nope, I have that one. That's the other one. It's roll 20. Nope, it's also not that one. He thinks long and hard, really long and hard for a minute. And then he's like, nope, don't think so. I don't think I speak Elvish at all. But I do speak Dwarvish. You can read it to
These
me in
scrolls are
Dwarvish.
unfortunately in Elvish, so you may not understand them.
But do you speak Dwarvish?
I do.
Well, you could just translate it to Dwarvish and then read it to me that way. I'm a good listener.
No, I won't be doing that.
Well, I could do it in Gnomish too if you want. I can listen and understand Gnomish if that's easier for you.
He looks at you completely shocked. How do you know? Wait, you speak Gnomish and Common and Dwarvish?
Oh yes, and Giant and Draconic.
Excuse me? How?
It's just as easy. I mean, just say it and I see it says hello in Gnomish and then hello in Giant and hello in Dwarvish and then again in Draconic.
At about this time, Kane
It's all the same.
comes down, hears him rattling this all off, and throws out Abyssal. Hello in Abyssal.
Oh yeah, and Kane's in our party too. Sorry, I keep forgetting. He's the new guy.
Hi, I'm Kane.
Yes, we have met.
So you could
Yeah,
read
you were
me your scrolls.
Ezra, right?
Yes, I'm Ezra. What was that, Crumb?
You can read me your scrolls in Gnomish or Dwarvish if you want.
But Crumbs, you know reading is bad for your health.
Well, if not, if he's reading it to me.
Well, listening's bad to your health too.
Are you sure?
Only when people read you from scrolls. I knew this one guy once who listened to someone read out of a scroll and then he blew up. So,
Whoa.
yeah. You don't ever listen to people read scrolls. It's bad.
Okay. You better read your scrolls on the other side of the tavern then.
Very well. Where But maybe you know, Kane. Where is Fifth?
Sure, I know Kane. Where's
Maybe you
Fifth?
know the answer. Where is Fifth?
I believe he's out with Elba at their
Yes,
super secret hidey place.
I see. Well,
They might
And
be kissing
yeah, they might be.
they might be indeed.
because they're married now.
That poor soul. After what happened last night. Oof.
What happened last night?
That's part of what I need to speak to you about today.
Oh,
Well, we're right here, so
Where is the other one? The Navarre, I believe, is his
he's
name.
probably making out with a gargoyle again. I'll go check the roof.
Very well.
I go outside to check the roof to see if he's on the roof.
He actually is, yeah. I was thinking about that.
So I legit find you on the roof.
Yeah, I was considering a table inside, but I thought that'd be too obvious. So yeah, he's on the roof, yeah.
Hey, Navarre!
Oh yes, hello.
Good morning!
Good morning to you too. How did you sleep?
Ezra wants to talk to us.
Do you not sleep? I'm sorry if that was offensive.
Ezra wants us inside.
Oh, okay. And yeah, he floats down and heads on inside with you.
All right.
Hey, Ezra found him on the roof.
What? I don't. I really don't want to know.
He's probably being a gargoyle. You were being a gargoyle again, right?
Indeed, I was.
It's like your new hobby or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Make sure you don't fall asleep, or otherwise I'll push you off one of these days.
I'll keep that in mind, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, I do happen to know of a spell, of a potion that you might be able to drink if you really want to be a gargoyle.
I will, consider that.
Can you hook me up?
If you like, but you literally can't move. You will be a gargoyle for a small amount of time.
Well, that's fine. It's not for me.
Well, I don't have it on me, but next time we speak, I will bring it to you.
All right, sweet. Thanks.
Now, with that, do you have some way to contact Fifth? You still have the... Oh, wait, I have it. Oh, and you have... Yes. And then he tries to send a message to Fifth to try and get him to wake up, and he doesn't wake up.
I mean, I have another way that I could try and get a hold of him.
And what is that?
Well, I could show you.
Okay, go ahead.
I walk outside and start yelling his name at the top of my lungs.
What are you doing? Get back in here!
You told me to call
Get
for
back
him.
in here now! Don't say that! What are you doing, you fool?
Calling for Fifth because you
Do
asked
you
me
realize
to.
what's been going on the last 12 hours?
No, I've been asleep.
Here's the point.
Well, kind of.
Before
I mean, I've
we
been
get into that,
pretending to sleep, but whatever.
I need you to tell me exactly what happened last night.
Well, we came back, and then I went up into my room and I stared at the ceiling for 12 hours.
Before that, what happened at the house, at Quester Thew's house?
You already know what happened.
I need you to tell me specifically again.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Well, specifically, was there... So, what? Essentially, the problem is, I have a contact in the government, and they say that there's been some sort of a problem. Could there have been anybody that saw the crime scene? Anybody that could have seen what happened, what transpired last night?
All of us?
Okay. And anybody else? Anyone possibly could have been there?
The maid?
I see. What did she see the crime scene? Could she have surmised what had happened?
Uh, well, I mean, I don't know who Surmise is, but she, I think she might have seen it. She might be able to, figure things out and guess.
I
While
believe
this-
that is what. Huh?
Sorry, I was going to say while this conversation's going on, you see Crumbs is rumming through his pockets and pulls out the purple bacon and starts sniffing it and starts kind of chewing on it, watching and listening to the conversation.
He looks. I believe that is what happened. The witness has come forth, and she has named Fifth and Elaba as potential parties that were there. And now the city has gone into martial law, and the entire city is looking for Fifth and Elaba.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, they weren't there. They were
Try
gone.
You try to do something nice for someone by not killing them, and they go and run their mouth. I'll be back
And where are you going exactly?
to silence the witness.
Okay. Just, you realize there's guards everywhere. You will have to be very quiet.
I offer a piece of the purple bacon. It has little bits of squash strands and fibers and residue kind of on it. Hey, do you want a piece?
I use
I'm offering it to
to who?
what's the guy's name we're talking to?
Ezra?
Ezra.
Offered it to Ezra.
I really don't.
It's got an interesting flavor.
Uh,
Nothing you've ever eaten like this. It's something different.
I'm good. I had breakfast already.
Oh, what'd you have?
I had some fruit, if you must know.
Fruit? Did you have it here? They have fruit here?
No, it was before I came here.
Well, I mean, they probably got it next door from Miles.
Hmm. Alrighty. Well,
And while Ezra's been looking away, I used my magic to turn myself back into my guard disguise.
Okay. And he looks over. I. So exactly what is your plan here?
Plans are for losers.
I'm eating breakfast.
And
That's
at
my
that
plan.
point, Ruck walks out with all of your stuff.
See? Breakfast.
Hey,
And I
GM.
go at it.
Yeah.
as I'm listening to this, I'm also watching to see if anyone's perking up with the conversation.
Okay.
Do I see anything?
No. Not really. The people there, I mean, they come up and they all kind of listen, but there's no one that looks specifically like intrigued by the information. And you recognize, so the people that are there are essentially people that like live very, very close. They could like run into the inn really quickly. There wouldn't be anybody
Okay.
that'd be across town that would be in there at the moment.
Like,
Hey, Jonathan.
more of, are they going to go to a guard and tell them that it was them?
Gotcha. Roll an insight check.
A natural 20 plus 9.
All right. So yeah, I'll say there is one person specifically that looks after they kind of hear the confessions of what's happened, as Kane's decided that he's going to do something, that he does perk up and he starts to kind of secretly start to take notes as he's watching what's going on.
Okay. I head towards their table, meaning the group's table,
Okay.
and I go, I would take this conversation somewhere else that's private.
And
I assume-
when she says that, I look up. Do I recognize her? Yet.
I mean, I assume you'd recognize her voice.
Yeah, you would recognize her voice. And then you'd be able to kind of recognize her, what face is exposed.
Jay, is that you?
It is me.
Oh, where have you been?
But I would
Missed
take
you.
this into a different room.
Kane
You
comes
got-
running. Kane comes running over. Hi, I'm Kane.
I put my hand out to stop him for a second.
I
would
take
take
it and
this
I
into a
shake your
ro-
hand.
I would take this into a different room where it's private because there are going to be people who are going to turn you guys in.
What? Where?
I look
I
down
don't
at
want
my
it-
big plate of eggs and stuff and say, okay. And I grab all of whatever dishes I have. I'll follow.
So
Okay.
let's go
Um,
to my room,
Hey,
if
Frock,
that's okay.
Yeah.
keep an eye out for snitches.
What do they look like?
Like people who are gonna snitch. And remember, snitches get stitches.
Hey, I'll keep an eye out for any snitches.
All right.
All right. So as you guys go upstairs, and Fifth, you get woken up by Ezra Hardin trying to yell at you to wake you up through the message stone.
Yes.
Where are you?
Where am I?
You're
Yes.
at your
Where
hideout.
are you?
I'm at
Yes,
my
you're
hideout.
yourself.
Yeah.
You and Elba went back to your hideout after you planted evidence at Pump and Buse.
Yes. I'm in the town. What is it?
It appears as if the maid that you let escape last night has identified you and named you as someone who has been at the scene of the crime.
Oh,
You and Elba, specifically. The city is now under martial law. It is pretty much the city is in chaos with the High Lord and the Wizard of the region is now dead.
did they not see the evidence that was planted?
Well, they did. That's your only saving grace, as far as I understand. That the source I have in the government has said that there's some lead with Pomp and Buse, and there also is some eyewitness. So it's essentially her word against yours, as well as whatever evidence they've been able to garner against Pomp and Buse, which I heard has not been going so well.
What's been the gathering evidence against pumping abuse hasn't been going well?
From what I understand, I don't know exactly what's been going on with that. They didn't know too much. Other than Pomp and Buse has not been cooperative. So there may be a silver lining there as well.
Well then. Well then. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
We're all meeting we're all meeting in the room here in here to discuss what to do.
Oh, you're in town.
Yes, I'm at the inn.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's great. So
Great.
you can help us out here, right?
I will certainly do what I can. But let us go we'll bring together, and as a group, we can figure out what we need to do with this mess. And I'll relay the messages to you. He walks in and...
Okay.
So yeah,
Where? I guess Fifth wakes up Elba, and he explains the situation, and they go to the inn.
okay. As you get out and you start to get ready, you see poking out of your like the windows, you don't see anybody in front of the house. But if you happen to walk outside and start to sneak down, then there are guards that are patrolling all around that are you assume are looking for you.
Lovely. It's a good thing I'm so stealthy.
So yeah, if you want to roll a stealth check for you and I guess Elva, then you can.
Do we have a character sheet for Elba yet? Was I supposed to make that?
Yes, you were.
Okay.
Yeah, you made one.
Did I make one?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be in your D&D Beyond, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it should be, huh?
So go check.
Give me a second.
Hey,
The
Fifth.
website's dndbeyond.com.
Ah, yes. Thank you for that. This is very important.
Hey, Fifth. Do you need a distraction so you can get here safely?
Are you speaking to me through the?
Yeah. Remember, I have one too.
That's true.
I can hear the conversation.
Ah, that would be wonderful.
Okay, I got this. I head out into town in the opposite direction of the general idea of where I think his place is, which means I go like towards the city hall thing.
Okay.
Wait, we're okay. I'm guessing you guys got a hold of Fifth.
Oh yes, I apologize. Yes, we are hopefully
Is he gonna
King
stay
will be able to
put?
do some sort of yes. Just stay put. Fifth and Elba are coming shortly, and Kane has gone to hopefully make a distraction in the right place.
I don't know that I finished my breakfast yet. I hurry and shovel down the rest of my breakfast with my mouth full of eggs and chase after Kane.
No, you stay here.
What?
He looks like a guard. You look like a giant Goliath that's been known by almost half the city.
And I swallow. I'm famous?
I would say more infamous.
Is that better?
It's a bad thing. Just sit down and just wait. We don't need you to get into jail, along with everything else that's going on.
But, okay. Fine.
Is Fifth gonna be in disguise? Because coming into the tavern as Fifth, they're gonna see that.
Yeah, that's a great point. Fifth is gonna
And don't forget Elba too.
yeah.
She also needs to be in disguise.
Let me I think at least one of them, if not both of them, have disguise kits. Give me a second.
Yeah,
It's been a little while since we played with these characters. They both have proficiency with the disguise kit. I don't know that they actually have disguise kits.
They do. They're both listed on their sheets as tools.
That's proficiencies.
Oh, right. Yep, that is proficiencies.
No, I think Fifth has one though, because we've been using it previously. Yeah.
I would assume you'd have multiple at your hideout regardless.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that makes sense. Great. So they're putting on disguises.
So in the time it takes them to apply their disguises, do I get to my destination?
As you walk out, let's see, where's the... So you walk out, and then as you get to this corner right here, you are immediately stopped by guards. Hey,
Okay.
what are you doing? Why aren't you at your post?
Private Johnson got sick, sir. Looking for the priest,
Who is Private Johnson?
my partner.
And who are you?
I'm Private Jepson.
I see. And why? What are your order? What? So you're looking for your partner. Where exactly did he run off to again?
He said he was going to go look for a priest at the town square.
Roll a deception check.
Oh, that's it. You are fired, Mr. Dice. Nat 1. For a total of 9.
He looks at you. Uh-huh. Where are you really going? Last chance. Or I'm taking you in for questioning.
I'm going into the town square.
Why? And who are you really?
I really am Private Jepson, but I am visiting on vacation from Tiram as a refugee from Tiram, and got wrapped up in this whole. I think you're looking for a guy named Fifth or something, and I'm just trying to make it to the square to buy breakfast. I heard that there's a good fruit stand there, and something called a fruit salad or something.
Yummy, yummy.
Roll another deception.
Well, that's a little better. 13.
Okay. That one passes. You beat him on that one. I see.
I'm sorry for deceiving you. I don't have any other clothes other than my uniform and my armor.
Yes, you were... That was tragic what happened up north. Very well, soldier. Proceed on, and remember, to come back here post-haste, we must find the people who are responsible for what has happened. This makes us look bad with all the recent murders. First there was the Thieves Guild, then there was Gwester Thews, then there was Grimesborith, then there was the Merchants, then there was so many other people. It's like...
Yeah, tell me about it. Half my city got killed by giants.
Exactly. We've got to step it up, man. You go get some clothes and come back here post-haste.
Alright, sounds good. Will do, sir. I give off a salute and scurry off towards the town center.
Okay. You're able to make it through there without any issues. Like, you're not stopped again as you get to the town square.
What do we roll for a disguise check?
You roll a d20 and add your proficiency because it's a tool check. And that's how tool checks work.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so you make it to the town square.
Great. I cast Major Image and make an image of Fifth running along rooftops.
Okay. Do you call attention to it or just?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, I do. So after I get the image going, I actually make him draw attention to himself. By shouting something from the rooftop, but I'm not just well familiar with Fifth as a player and have no idea what I should make him say. So, honestly, I wouldn't be familiar with him as a character either. He's gonna be running along rooftops shouting for Elba, as if he has lost track of Elba.
All right. So that, of course, stirs up a huge commotion. The only people that are in the square are guards that are. Do you see a little command post they've kind of taken up residence while they're trying to go on this epic manhunt, and because of that, everyone in the square starts to get up and start to get crossbows and do everything they can to start to head off the image as they all start to run away. And guards from all over the different main thoroughfares from all the different places in the city all start to converge to try and catch the perpetrator, Fifth.
Okay, so while keeping that image going and keeping pace with the group of guards, I'm going to send off a message to Fifth. Okay, you've got 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes.
I've got their attention, and I'm going to specifically have move my major image away from the holy cow to make sure that it's a merry chase.
Okay.
I'm gonna have him duck and weave and jump through open windows if there are any, balconies, jump out of other windows, etc., etc.
Okay.
And I can keep this going. It's a concentration spell that I could keep going for 10 minutes.
What's your spell DC?
16.
Okay, so yeah. All right, so I essentially did 3 different rolls, and none of them came up to your DC. So you essentially conned the group. Nobody recognizes it.
I learned from the best.
So they all start to running away, and Fifth, you hear commotion as guards start to. Well, you hear the sound of people running away that are in armor, and the people that you heard talking and kind of investigating through have left. And from what your vantage point from where you're at, you can't see any other guards. It looks like the coast is clear.
Okay. They both, with their disguises on, and stealthily they head to the inn. I'd made all the rolls. I don't
Yes.
know if you want to have Fifth help out Elba there, which he probably would.
Yeah, I would say those stealth rolls are good enough and with everyone else that's running, because everyone in this whole city essentially would be trying to converge on you. So, with that, you'd be able to make it to the. You would be able to make it to the inn. Without any issues.
Great.
Because it's not too far away. It's just essentially up and around the corner. So you make it in, and then as you make it in, Rock walks up. Hey, you're not being snitchy, are you? Who are you?
Oh, I'm just a lady, and her maid.
Are you
What?
actually you dressed up as a woman?
Yeah, so fifth is a woman with a very large hat and her face veiled. Um and
Nice.
Elaba is dressed as like a maid servant. Um
Okay. You sure you're not being snitches? Because
What?
you know snitches get stitches.
Oh, certainly not. We're certainly not snitching. Oh yes, milady, we are certainly not snitching.
That sounds like what a snitch would say. What was? Hang on, hang on. Let me think. What was? What was it that Bates said? If you're not an imposter, oh, are you an imposter?
No, of course not.
Okay, then come on in.
Thank you, my good man.
Are, how did you get in here? Like all the guards are around and they're not letting people in. Did they leave?
Oh yes, they're chasing some kind of something in the other direction.
I hate some kind of somethings. All right, well, welcome to the Holy Cow. Can I get you any food?
Oh no, I have a friend to see. In fact, uh, and I think her room is and then he names off Shay's room.
Oh, uh, okay. Well, you come on in then. And remember, if there's any shifty, shady snitches, you come tell me. My name is Hruck, spelled HKXXY number 4.
Ah, of course, Sir Huck. We will certainly, if we see any snitchy people, will do that.
Sir Hruck, I like that. And then he kind of walks up. Okay, you go do your thing, and he starts thinking about his potential new title. He likes the sound of that.
Okay.
So you are able to make it back to Shay's room.
So I don't know how. Just to wrap up whatever I'm doing, whenever my spell's about to expire, I'm going to have the image of Fifth jump into the river and then disappear.
Okay.
And then I guess we'll pick up from wherever you decide I need to pick up.
Okay, so I would say by the time that 10 minutes would have worn off by the time he gets to the room is when he would have landed and jumped into the river.
Then I'm going to find a alley or something to discreetly change into basically my guard disguise, what he looked like, but in normal civilian clothing. So I can report to whoever it was that stopped me and then return to the inn.
Okay. Roll a stealth check to see if you can get away from the massive guards that's now hunting.
The ascending stone, when Fifth arrives, Fifth says, or at the room.
Oh, and
"We're
look at
here."
that, I have disadvantage.
On stealth checks that were. Wait, are you wearing armor?
Yep. Posing as a guard currently. That would be a 6.
Jeez.
Yeah, so you try to get away and then sneak into a corner, and somebody is in plain view as you're about to get over to change your appearance. Hey, what are you doing? We need all hands on deck, soldier.
I thought I saw him go this way, sir.
He went over there in the water. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I guess I rejoined the group. And I'm now stuck being a guard.
All right. So I guess with that, well, So as
Kane,
you
Kane,
get
what's the
stuck there-
status of the distraction? We've made
Yeah.
it.
I am currently stuck with the guards looking for you in the river.
Oh. That's clever. This
Well-
is all mental, right? So like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, can't you
Well-
make me? Did you make like an image of me? How did you? What did you?
Magic.
Can you do that again and make it so they don't? So they go somewhere else?
I mean, maybe. But then I'll be out of spells for a bit.
Well, okay. Good luck.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
All right, so we'll leave you to.
Ezra, we're at the door.
Oh, very well. And he walks in and he opens the door and he lets you in. And he looks at Shay. He's here.
Hello, friends.
You look ridiculous.
As the door, if the door closed, does he close it? He closes the door and then
Yeah, he closes the door.
and then he pulls off the hat. Yes, well, there are only so many disguises that one can wear with these ears.
Whoa, Fifth, it is you.
Yes, yes.
I jump up and give you a big squeezing hug. How's my bunny friend?
Good. Thank you, Grub. It hasn't really been that long.
How's being married? Did you guys kiss?
Yes,
I heard people do that after they get married.
yes.
And then I wink. Good job. And then I, let go of the hug and turn and face the group, just kind of standing there proudly next to my friend that I married.
Yes, well, glad to have you back. As I think Kane, we just have to leave him to his own devices for a while until they give off the search.
Seems so.
But Kane will send you updates as possible. Try to follow along.
Okay. Sounds good.
So he looks at you and then looks at Shay. Right, well, it seems that we are once again in another bind. For the maid, as you've heard, I believe that she has spoken. I believe she has some sort of brother in the guard and has become a ginormous mess. The way that I see it, there's two paths forward. We can either try to take out the maid, or try to convince Lord Earl Greyfallow if there's some way that we can postpone your sentencing till we can help bring Poppinbuse in as well.
The maid. So out of character. Did we see her? Did we let her? When did she exit the closet? After the
When
people
we
were
le-
dead?
Yes, we murdered them, and
Yes.
then the maid woke up, and because Fifth didn't want me to murder more things, Kane spared her and released her back into the wild.
So she would have seen Elba smeared with blood from all the backstabbing, and Kane full on decapitated Quester before he got the maid. So he would have some splattering on him as well that she would have seen. I mean, it was a brief instance, and the dice will determine how much she actually remembers from the traumatic event, but she was able to get out, and she saw quite enough to know, to at least picture everyone was there, and to place you at the scene.
Well, that's
Was
not that
Kane
much
still-
evidence. She didn't see us kill them. Like, Pump and Boost ran off. This was so easy.
Was
That's out of
Kane
character.
still in disguise as the maid?
No.
Okay, so you dropped that. Okay.
Yeah, he dropped it, came up, and then tried to. And he told her that he was with the guard, but after speaking, well, you don't know that much, other than that's what he said. He said that he was with the guard, walked her out. She was terrified, and she walked past the gore and everything, and then ran out the door.
Okay.
Yes, so exactly. So, yes, Fifth, what exactly did she see last night? Does she have any evidence that will actually prove that you committed the murder?
I didn't commit the murder.
Whoever it was that did it. The details are still sketchy. I can't
I
get a
didn't
straight
commit
answer
the
from.
murder.
I
It wasn't
committed
me.
no murders here. Look, all she saw was a crying daughter over her own father's dead body and a decapitated town man person.
I didn't
wizard.
commit the murder, and I look at Ezra. Did you do it?
You were standing right there when it happened.
I was. Which murder are we talking about?
Quester Thews.
Did you do it?
No. Who's
It
the
wasn't
one
me.
that removed the head from the body?
Look,
That's
it
not
wasn't
important.
me or bait.
That's true. It was not bait.
So am I free to go?
If you want to, but you were placed at the scene once. Not. I can't believe you're back in this mess. You just
Here's-
barely got free, and now you're back into the clutches of the law.
I didn't do anything.
Here's what happened. Here's what happened. As we were there to have our bonds removed, a very angry Pompombius stormed in, and after much heated debate, after with Quester Thews in a blind rage, he attacked both my father-in-law and Quester Thews, killing one with multiple stabbings and beheading the other. Probably first beheading the other, probably because the other was a mage,
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
and so it was very important that he behead anyway.
very important. Uh-huh.
You
It's all-
realize I'm on your side here.
And this is clearly what happened.
It
Roll
is.
roll a deception with disadvantage.
I mean,
Are
yes,
you gonna- Are you going to turn them in if they tell you the truth?
No,
I mean, yes, you're on our side here, but
Didn't we already tell him the truth? And
yes,
like, didn't Kane announce all of this?
yes,
in
we announced
detail
all of this through
to
the
him?
Yes, he's fairly aware of all the details. So I'm just telling him what the story is, basically, that we're gonna go with.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly what if. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
never mind.
definitely reported everything through the sending stones.
Okay, so we'll adjust that then slightly so that he's not actually trying to pull out the truth from you. He would have remembered that. So yeah, he agrees. So he cooperates with that story and says, "Yes, I think that might work." Though I think you might not want to have Crumb tell the story.
What story?
Occasionally, it works out to our
I'm good at
advantage.
telling stories. You
Um,
want me to tell you the story right now?
I'm confused. What is going on?
And then Fifth explains the actual story very quietly.
Well, wouldn't the maid see Elba there anyways? No, she was tied up. Never mind. Okay.
I mean, the maid would have seen Elba crying over her father's dead body. Like,
I was meaning before.
oh yeah, no, she was tied up and unconscious.
She was tied up
inside
and gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
the closet.
So I can tell a story if you want.
Do tell, Crumb.
Alright. Once upon a time,
Mm-hmm.
there lived this boy in the mountains. And he
Mhm.
liked snails.
Mm-hmm.
But one day, his village caught fire. And people were running around screaming. And the boy was scared, so he went and he hid in a nearby cave. The end. Stay tuned for part 2. How was that? That's a good story, right?
Yeah, it was a good story. I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
Oh. Oh, okay. I have to remember part 2. Might
Oh,
take me a few
okay.
days.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. Well, yes, I believe with my knowledge of the law and with your silver tongue, Mr. Fifth, we may be able to speak
At the
with
mention
Earl
of silver
Greyfallow.
tongue, I'm going to be watching Fifth's mouth so intensely.
If we can figure out, maybe we can have Kane have another distraction. If we can get back to speak with Earl Greyfallow, we may have a chance to salvage what's going on and attend to the real matter at hand.
But would the Earl Greyfellow caught Fifth if he comes in?
Actually, we shouldn't accuse Pompeius of the murder directly. Clearly, he hired somebody. It was an assassin. A mysterious assassin. Because Pompeius will testify, of course, to the contrary. But I betcha he has actually hired an assassin, if he had heard, about the whole incident.
He kind of looks over at Shay. You realize that one of the most mysterious, I'm assuming, assassins, roguelike characters is standing right here. I don't know if that's going to help your case.
Oh, no, certainly not this assassin. We would recognize this assassin. Clearly someone else.
Wait, there's an assassin amongst us?
No, not amongst us. An assassin, unknown assassin that none of us has ever seen before.
Has Shay actually killed anybody?
No.
No?
Has Shay actually assassinated anyone?
Not yet.
No.
So
But
Didn't
she's,
y'all
I'm
fight
just
stuff?
saying, like, as far as like the persona goes,
I thought-
she's always the quiet, sneaky one that nobody knows anything about.
All the combat has happened without me.
I mean, the other thing is I had a hood on. I don't have one now.
Oh, is that why we never they didn't recognize you when you came in?
Yeah.
Nice. Her hood's off, guys.
I guess that's probably what happened before, at some point.
What? Happened before to have her hood off? No.
Has she never had her hood off before?
She's always had her
No.
hood on.
Yep.
She's always
I
been
always had
slightly-
my hood on.
Yeah, the
And
face
she's
has always been
always-
slightly obscured.
And she's always made sure to point out that her hood is still up at
Yep.
every opportunity.
That's true.
So yeah, you also has something you notice that she is not. Well, you finally can see what she looks like, and she looks like some.
I'm a
I don't know
Triton.
if you've ever seen that before, Crumb.
She
If you
looks
were
like
to-
She looks like a fish.
Pretty much.
She looks like a fish.
The fish person.
Yeah.
I'm still focused like a laser on Fifth's mouth, trying to catch this silver tongue of his. Not having quite noticed Shay's real appearance. Maybe haven't even connected that it's Shay, but is it? Or I don't know.
Didn't you? No, we said you recognized her voice.
And
then
you know
you
that
caught the
recognition.
part of yeah.
You just have never seen Shay actually look like what she actually looks like.
Okay,
And the picture
I'll
just
play
got
that out
added
in a
to the
second.
channel.
I'll
The
play
image
that
of
in a
what she
second.
looks like is in the channel.
But you've seen like the lower
she's
part of
put it
her
up.
face.
You only see the eyes.
Under the hood? Oh, like we're talking
Mhm.
like just completely shattered except glowy eyes?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you recognize the eyes? Mostly the voice, I guess. Then, right?
Yep, the voice and the eyes.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be watching for the silver tongue.
It's not something that Fifth would say anything about, so he wouldn't point
Yeah.
it out. He'd just note it, be like, okay.
Yeah. So back to the thing at hand. So so he looks at you and says, "Yes, assassin. Yes, we could say something like that. I don't know. I'm assuming that should a guard catch you, they have enough evidence. They don't have any evidence to actually put you in jail, so that they want to bring you in to speak with you. If they bring you in to speak with the Earl, then maybe we can go from there."
Excellent. Yes, indeed. I will simply, yes, I will go and I will explain away my jumping into a river, I suppose. I was just so distraught looking for my lovely new wife.
Yes, yes.
I
Very
wouldn't
well.
actually have that information of exactly how the distraction worked, but sure.
I'll say that Kane has been relaying information, I guess.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, maybe I asked what kind of distraction it was. Let's just wreck on that.
Yep. Okay.
Or maybe I would have heard it, depending on how loud he made the thing.
It would have been far enough away you wouldn't have heard
Okay.
exactly what would have happened. But yeah. You've been notified that's what happened.
Great. Hand wave. Well, I'll just also find some guards.
Alright, very well. Kane!
Let me just get rid of this disguise here.
Kane, are you still in a guard's outfit? Are you still smack dab in the middle?
Yeah? They have me poking around the river with a big stick right now.
Do you think you can bring them back to the inn?
Uh,
We have a plan, and then he relays the plan.
That didn't go through.
maybe? I mean, I could certainly try.
No matter. They're all looking for me out there. I can simply leave the
You
inn.
don't have a silver tongue. What are you talking about? All of a sudden, I realize Shay's hood is down.
And about
Who are
this
you?
point, Kane is going to cast
Hi.
Major Image to have Fifth pop out of the river further down away from where the guards are and head towards the Holy Cow.
Oh, you're gonna use the spell slot. All right.
Short rests. I'm hoping I get one.
So
Okay,
as Shay says hi to me, I'm like, you sound like Shay.
I put my hood up.
Shay!
Now I put it down.
I just stare. I don't even know what to say. My jaw's just hanging on the floor.
I'm back.
Whoa. I haven't seen someone like you before.
Really? Do
Yeah,
I look pretty?
I think so. You're the first I've seen, but I mean, you're not ugly, but you are kind of pretty.
Oh, thank you.
But I kind of already have a girlfriend.
And that's
Kind of.
okay. Don't worry about it. She's more prettier than me.
She has red hair. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have red hair.
No, I have the silver white hair. Yeah.
But are those ears? Your ears are cool.
Yeah. I
Can
can
you
turn into
hear
a
really
fish.
You
Uh-huh.
can turn into a fish?
I can.
Wait, humans can
Mm.
turn into fish?
Now
It's a
see,
mermaid.
fish
Huh.
are good.
Just don't try to eat me, please.
No. No, I don't.
Okay.
I like other meat, like red meat, not fish meat.
Oh, okay.
But- You know, fishermen are bad because they hunt fishes. Has a fisherman ever tried to hunt you before?
No.
Well, that's good. I mean, fishermen, they have bad reflexes. You know, I once saw one get run over by a wagon that was being pushed by two guys.
Ooh,
Yeah,
fun.
bad reflexes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So as you start to get up and get out, Kane, you cast the image, and only about a third of the group actually believes it this time.
Oh crap!
So a third of the group starts to run after the thing, and they say, "Oh, everyone, it's going this way! It's the bunny man! It's the fifth!" And then like the other 2/3 looks over. No, that's you guys are just seeing things. I'm sure he's in the there. He's got to be in the lake. That's definitely not it.
Wait, a third of them disbelieve? Don't they immediately then see it as an illusion?
Yes.
Okay, then just kidding. That's what happens. So they see that. Oh, that's an illusion. What? Who? Oh, maybe there's. What's going on? And they all start to look out to see. Try to find someone. Someone tries to cast detect magic to see if
Oh,
anyone's
they
still
do have
lingering.
magic troops. Oh no.
Uh-oh. This isn't going well. And I'm out of spell slots. Oh boy.
So that's. So I guess that's. It wouldn't catch you, right? Because you already cast a spell, or would it?
Is it
Except
concentration?
that, it is concentration, so they're going to pick up on that. And there's the fact that I'm a freaking undead, only living through magic, as we've discussed previously. And the fact that I've got a disguise self spell going to look like a guard.
So
Right.
I'd say
It's gonna
a
freaking
couple-
light up like a beacon.
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, if you drop concentration, even you'll light up as both necromancy and illusion.
Well, you'd only light up of a beacon unless there was like some story twist and there were others in the crowd that were also disguised.
This is true.
Well, we'll see.
Okay,
It
DM,
is.
over to you.
So yeah, there was one guard mage that's there, and he casts detect magic. They realize it's there, and they go right to you, Kane. What? It's him! What is he doing? He's hiding something. He's casting an illusion.
I jump in the river.
And they all pull out their bows. Stop right there!
I jump in the river.
Okay, are you going to like dive down to the bottom and like try and swim away, or what's your?
Well, since I don't have to breathe, yes. I'm just going straight to the bottom.
Okay, so it would be a big enough river that they would be able to have like trade vessels through, not like full on ships, but enough that you'd be able to get down without anybody
Talking like-
shooting you. So
Talking
they're
like a Mississippi River here.
yeah, well, not. I mean, it's a big enough like canal that's. I mean, it'd be a good at least 8 to 10 feet deep, enough that trade barges would be able to go through, like smaller ones.
Is 8 to 10 feet enough for a barge?
Well, not a like a small like trade vessel kind of thing, like the riverboats that you would.
So
That
not
you would
as
have.
big as the
Venice.
Mississippi?
Venice.
Yes. Either way,
Venice
big enough that
streets.
he's able to get
Okay.
down. It'd be like, I don't know, just whatever measurements in your minds garner him being able to get to the bottom and they shoot and they're not able to hit him.
Have full cover, complete cover. Yeah, that's like 20 feet. 15 to 20 feet deep, I think, would give him full cover.
All right. Well, in that case, it's not going to be that deep. So stop ruining me with physics.
It could be a really deep, like dirty water. Like if it's really gross, then sure, it just enough to cover his head would be enough to obfuscate where he is.
All right. Well, so they either way,
So-
I'll do the same thing I did for the identify or for the thing. They roll a 2, 2, and a 7, so it's enough that they missed you to be able to get out from the area you were, Kane.
Yeah.
The detect magic guy could follow him probably.
Yeah. So you're able to get away, and so
Are you just trying to kill Kane at this point? There's more direct ways to do this, Jonathan, if you don't like Kane.
Bridge over the river collapses and kills him.
I just like internal consistency in storytelling worlds. I'm sorry.
So what's going on with your guys' buddy that's tagging along to our group?
And at this point, I'm sure concentration has dropped, so the image of Fifth running towards the inns disappeared as well. So,
yes.
while I'm under the water, I'm gonna try and find a spot to take a short rest.
That's an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check in with me in an hour.
Let's see.
So before we venture, wait. So was that in character?
Yeah, that was in character.
That's a good question. Hey, Kane, how goes the bringing them back to the inn?
Me out, and now they're hunting me. So, you're on your own. Have fun.
Okay, great.
I'm in the river.
Good luck.
Does he need help?
Well, he says he's in the river. They found him out, and they're hunting him.
Okay.
I mean, that could mean he needs help, but I've seen him get out of all sorts of situations. I don't think it's too much of a. You don't have to trouble yourself.
How many guards?
Oh, the town's worth of guards.
Because, well, if they have all the guards over there, it's just a straight shot to the Earl.
I have an idea, and I jump up and I run out of the room.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
Crumb, where are you going?
I have an idea!
Where are you going?
And then you hear the front door of the tavern slam closed. I'm
Shoot.
booking it. I'm running.
Oh, okay. I
And
think
get
I
out
probably
there
got the
to see
disguise
where
off
he's
by
going.
now. Yeah, we can probably all just head out. I think we're all got our disguises off by now. We can head out.
Ezra's gonna sit down. You know what? I'm just gonna sit here. You figure out your stuff. When you make it to the Earl, you let me know. And if you need my help, I'll come over.
Okay, Ezra. Thank you for all your help so far.
You are welcome.
I am losing Fifth's accent all over the place.
I
On the
run
map,
outside. Sorry. I run outside to see where Crumb was running.
is the
Go ahead.
teal or the yellow box the tavern?
The yellow box.
Yellow.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Teal was Questers.
Questers.
Yeah, we're all outside looking for Crumb.
Okay. So really
I've-
quick, I'll say for Kane's thing, for my resolution, and then we'll get back
Unless
to you.
Navarre's not. Is Navarre?
Or just following with the group.
Okay. All right.
Navarre is shocked about Shay. I see.
Yeah. Has no idea what to say at all. Completely speechless.
That
So,
truth.
I've got a walking speed of 40, and I'm running over to this corner. Is that ping showing up for you?
Yeah.
And then I'm turning and coming over here and coming up into this kind of area.
DM,
So
are
I
you
don't-
paying attention?
Yeah.
So I don't know how far I get before the others. Did they see me like barely turn the corner? Or?
I would.
I mean, we
Yeah.
would have gone as soon as you. The brief conversation with Ezra would probably have just taken like while I was running.
Yeah.
So when I get to this spot in the alleyway, I'm going to look around for like some barrels and crates or other debris. Do I see any debris?
Roll an investigation check.
Do I need to roll an investigation check to find a crate? I'm not like looking for small things, but
No, it's to see whether or not it would specifically where you turned would
have
have
it.
it.
Okay, 2.
I mean, so you see like I would say you see like you see like a small little crate. You see some busted up wood in the alley you happen to turn into.
So I scoop those up and I keep heading over this way, like further, just trying to gather up any wood, crates, barrels, straw.
Okay, so as you start to search, I mean, it takes you a couple of minutes, but you are able to eventually gather as much driftwood and other things that you're trying to find.
And then I shove it into the corner next to the house right here. I pull out my torch and I light it on fire.
Oh my goodness! Wait, did we catch up to him yet?
No.
Not even during that time where he was looking for a crate.
Probably not.
Well, so were you dashing? I mean, I'm assuming either way. I'm assuming you're all trying to go as fast as you can.
I mean, when Crumb has an idea, like
Right.
we should observe where what he's doing.
So yeah, I mean, because you still would be kind of searching around. It would with as low. I'll say this: with as low a roll as you got, it would have taken you a little bit more time to gather it enough to get everything bunched up. So they would have gotten to you pretty much right as you were about ready to.
As I'm touching the torch to it.
Well, right as you were about to.
Where would you get the
I'll let you
torch
have a
from?
dex.
I have a torch in my bag.
From your inventory.
Okay, so where would you get the fire?
I have a tinderbox.
Okay.
Have a torch.
So he's gonna he just lit his torch and he's purposefully motioning toward it as we arrive around the corner and find him.
Well, I would say like as you get up next to him and catch up to him, yes, then he's about to do it. So you guys can have a dexterity contested roll to see whether or not he's able to get there or not.
Okay. Just straight dex.
Yeah.
Well, Alaba failed. Oh wait, is this
So-
against Crumb though?
Yeah.
Okay, David, you'll need to
So
roll.
what
too.
you guys are trying to stop me? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Was that dex or strength?
We're doing
Dex.
Dex.
dex. See how fast we are.
16.
Whoop.
Is that plus the bonus thingy? Also?
Plus the bonus thingy.
And that is
Yeah.
with his
Yeah.
With
he
the
has a
bonus,
plus two there,
plus
yeah.
4 or something.
Yep, that's with his +2.
Okay. I have a 19.
One of these things is not like the others.
All right, so you're able to get to him, and you're able to beat him to the punch of however action you want to take to stop him.
Okay. I go right in front of the wood that he just made, the pile of wood, and I tell him to stop.
What? But it's a diversion.
You're
a fire
going
here.
to put yourself in jail.
No, see, I'll run away. They won't know it was me. So we light it and then we run because they're all trying to find Fist somewhere, right?
But then they think Bait's here, and they're gonna think
Right.
of our
So I
group.
run, but they won't know it was us. We'll run away. We'll hide
But
in
there's
another alley.
There's villagers around us right now.
Well, then we'll run
Watching.
and yell, "Fire! Run away! Evacuate!" So we can say.
Not from behind you. They're watching you through the window.
Are they?
Yeah.
I look up. Do I see anyone looking at me through the windows?
Roll a perception check.
Two.
Nope.
What's wrong with my perception?
Nobody is looking at you whatsoever. You are isolated. You think you're the only one in the entire quadrant.
There's no one here looking at me. I see. There's just
Crumb.
you.
Crumb.
What?
There is. With the whole martial law, everyone's gonna want to know what's going on. So they're glued to the windows, figuring out what's going on. You doing this, they're gonna tattletale on it saying that it's you. And you're gonna be in big trouble.
Roll a persuasion versus a charisma saving throw.
Or just roleplay it.
Or that too. Whatever you want. Yep.
Well, okay. Let me think of something else. What if we
What
light the
if
field
I
on
go to the
fire?
river? What if I go to the river and tell them that the Earl got fifth?
And then
And I will save Kane. I can go into water.
you can go, all right, because you can be a fish.
Yeah.
Wait, and I realize I'm holding fire. Does fire hurt you?
I'm fine.
Okay. So you go into the water and tell the guards the thing,
Yeah.
and then we light the guards on fire.
No. You're gonna go with fifth to the Earl.
To light him on fire.
Sure.
Okay. I put
If
my
fifth
torch
says
out.
it's okay.
No, do not light the Earl on fire.
I put my tinderbox and torch away. All right, this sounds like a good plan.
Okay. You go be with fifth and Elaba to the Earl.
And if it doesn't work, I have this beautiful pile right here. We can start a diversion.
Okay.
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 Just go along with it.
Let's go.
And I follow.
Okay, I head towards the river.
So what's been happening while that's been going on?
Okay. So I would say the magic user was concentrating he was alerted to your concentration as to the spell, so that's how he was able to pinpoint you initially.
Okay.
And then after that broke off, then that kind of broke it off, and then he had to kind of reconcentrate again to find you. And then,
Do I show up?
well, I want you to roll a dexterity check to see if you were able to get away, or athletics to be able to see if you were able to swim away. Well, so I guess that's what would you do? Would you be just sitting there lying away, or would you try to swim away in the river?
I mean,
or
if
just-
I were to swim, it would be going with the current, but I was thinking more like Pirates of the Caribbean, walk along the bottom of the ocean.
Because he can.
Because I can.
All right. So in that case, let me
chose what we really are.
I couldn't find a gift for that though, so
Okay, so he rolled low enough that he wouldn't the lapse of with all the chaos and everything else, it would have broken his concentration enough before he was able to reinitiate the spell. And at that point, you had passed the 30 feet, and so he's looking up and down the river, but you're far enough away that they haven't caught you. They're still trying to search for you.
I mean, okay, it's not technically how that spell works, but okay.
Well, I mean, isn't it the
It doesn't
within 30 feet?
detect magic shows everything that's magical, not just a single spell.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All sources of magic, and you get to
And
know
their
the school.
So he knows
Okay.
he should know that I was doing an illusion spell, that I had an illusion on me, and that I've got necromantic energies coming off of me. I don't know what the rule is for detecting things under rushing water, so I don't know how that works, but I'm pretty sure it still works. So he should be able to track me in theory.
Okay, yep, nope, you're right. It's because it's only blocked by actual thick metal.
Stone and lead and
Stone,
all that
A
stuff.
thin sheet of
stone,
lead.
metal, lead, yeah.
Fair
Wood or dirt.
distance.
I think I need to infuse my skin
Or
with
range.
freaking lead.
Is there a range on that spell?
30 feet.
Just lead line all your clothes.
No, my skin. Then they'll never detect that I'm necromancy.
You could do lead-based tattoos.
There you
Just
go.
all over.
Okay, so that's what's
That
going to happen then, instead, because you're right. So it's as far as the spell goes, they'd still be able to catch you. So they're essentially they're working towards getting a net to essentially wrap around you to try and pull you out.
Can I see this guy directing them up there above the surface?
Yeah, 'cause it's like I said, it would go down a little bit, but the deepest it would be is about 15 feet.
And is he within 120 feet of me?
Yeah, he'd be walking kind of along with you, like pointing down to you, trying to direct people to get stuff going.
I cast Eldritch Blast on this sucker.
Okay.
Can you do that underwater?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, can you see? You said he can see them. Okay, well that's great.
Yeah.
I covered that.
It's clean enough. It's not dirty, murky water. It's clean enough you'd be able to see there's somebody that's kind of moving around. I wouldn't say that you'd be able to see well enough to get a super clear shot because of the distortion of the water, but you can see them.
Okay.
So roll your attack roll with disadvantage to get through.
Disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah, you'll
The
get disadvantage for being
first
'cause you
one
still
is
would
an
be down in the water.
11. That's an 11 for the first shot. Are you kidding me? Like, how does... Hang on. I'm taking photo evidence of this. Ba-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
The suspense is killing me.
A 1.
Oh,
A 20 and a 1?
that's the saddest roll. Saddest
So,
disadvantage
nat 1.
roll.
Okay. So it goes way off course, and it kind of gets diffused a little bit from the water, and then it pops out of the air, and then it kind of hits and fizzles against one of the guards next to him, but it doesn't do any damage. And at that point, after they see that you're attacking, then they send in the crossbowmen to start to shoot.
Okay.
So they have about 5 different crossbowmen that are sitting there getting ready to shoot you.
I'm gonna just keep going with the current. Now that I've given myself, hopefully made the guy duck for cover, hopefully the going with the river gives me the speed boost I need to get away.
I mean, he'd still be able to. Yeah, I mean, they'll. It's the current's not moving fast enough that you'd be able to do it.
Oh, it's a very slow moving river.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
So yeah, you'd have essentially there'd be 4 or 5 guys that would just essentially keep shooting at you until you essentially run out of health. I don't know if you want to play through that or not, or what.
I mean, sure, if you really want to, because that's them shooting into a river with disadvantage to hit me. So, if you want to play it out, my AC is 17.
Do you also want to give it like
Initiative?
3/4 cover or something?
Good point. If you'd rather do that instead of disadvantage. Three-quarters cover is what, a +5 to AC?
Something
+3?
big. You
Your
got
call,
any
GM.
don't got any cantrips in there?
I've got plenty
Have
of
I
cantrips.
made it there yet?
I could keep casting Eldritch Blast. I could pull in Lightning Lure.
Okay, so we'll say
Ooh,
that they.
electrify the river and pull them in.
Oh yes, that's so great an idea. While I'm in the river,
Yeah, you're undead.
that doesn't make me immune to lightning damage.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, so we'll do the 3/4 covered, and so we'll say there's about 5 shots that go into you, and they actually all miss. They all got fairly low shots. So at that point, that's when Shay would have come up.
I would have came up.
Yeah.
Shay would have yelled and said, "What are you guys doing?"
What? There's an imposter in there. They're trying to hide Fifth.
Fifth is already at the Earl's place.
Wait, what?
You missed him. He was walking towards the Earl's place.
What?
That was wait what from under the water.
Roll a persuasion, Shay.
Legion. Dirty 20.
Okay, so that's enough to be like, oh, but I mean, okay, I guess. We don't know what he's doing, but I guess if he's if he's already in custody, then I guess it doesn't really matter. What about his wife Elba?
She was with him.
All right, and at that point they kind of call off everybody and they spread the word, and then they look down at you, not really sure what to do with you, Kane, but after a while they just kind of shrug, and then just if you're just gonna sit there, then they're gonna let you go along because their main reason was to get Fifth. So,
All right. Well, as I see them start to move on, if there's one that lingers a little more, hopefully the mage one that was detecting me. If he lingers a bit behind all the others, I'm gonna wave cheekily at him.
So he would do it. Yeah, so he would notice that, as he would have been one of the last ones because he still is unweary of you after shooting the Eldritch Blast out.
What are you trying to do? Attack a fish down there?
It's not a fish. There's a guy right there.
Really? Because I see fishes.
I take a whole bunch of sand from the bottom of the. Is it a sandy river?
Yeah.
Okay, so I take a bunch of the sand and stuff, and I toss it up in the air, making an impromptu smoke screen.
See, that was a fish.
Use the disguise self thing to make myself kind of look like a fish, hoping that the distortion of the water will make me look like a fish.
I mean, he can still detect your magic, so he
The
looks
spell hasn't worn off yet.
how
10
let's
minutes.
see. 10 minutes.
It's a necromancer fish.
Yeah, I mean, he'll still he knows what he detected. He knows what he saw, but it would have gone off and just whatever. If you say it's a fish, just whatever. And then he walks away and gives up.
I feel sorry for every NPC in this town that's just doing their job. And our group just comes along and just.
You
So
can
yeah,
come up.
with
You
fifth,
can come
yeah,
up now.
they're-
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, that's what I was going to say. They start to disperse, and you notice that they're all starting to leave, Kane.
Okay. I pop up and turn myself into some random person I saw like 5 cities over while I was traveling, and just call it good. Hi, Shay!
Hi.
Thanks for the save!
Yeah, no problem.
I'm kind of tired. Think we can find a place to take a little rest?
No,
Okay.
we have to go to the Earl.
Okay, let's go see Earl.
I think
So we head over there.
he slipped in a bait there. Let's go see Earl. That's very bait. Anyway,
Still has a 9 intelligence, so
seriously?
yeah.
Good gravy. No wonder. No wonder.
I mean, he's not as bad as bait, but he's still less intelligent.
I'll take it.
Okay,
we head.
yeah,
We
you
head
head back.
to the Earl. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so you head back. Fifth, would you have waited at the inn for her, or
No, we would have gone to the Earl like she told us
I
to
guess
go.
yeah, you were not, and you were at the other place. Okay,
Remember, let's
so
go.
you get there. Yeah, you get there first, while she goes off to go to the other thing, and she's probably a good 10. Well, I'd say a good 20 to 30 minutes behind you.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay, so you make it. You walk over to the Earl, well, to where the Earl would be in the main city hall, and right away there are a couple of guards that are still sitting kind of at the base station. They look up and they see you. Look, it's him. It's Fifth. Everyone,
Hello.
get him.
Hello. I hear you've been searching for me.
Yes. What?
I apologize. I had to find my wife.
You've been everywhere. You were running around rooftops, everything. I saw you.
Ah, yes, I was searching for her very diligently. We're newlyweds, you see. Very important.
And why would you be looking for her on the roof?
I was just much faster to traverse the town that way.
Roll a persuasion.
Okay.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, you're wanted by Earl Greyfellow. He wants to speak with you immediately.
Of course. Yes.
And
I'm
then
sure
they
he
kind of-
wishes me to testify in that horrible about the horrible incident last night.
Yes, exactly. That. And they signal to some other guards, and they come up behind you, and they escort you and Elaba. Specifically, they stand on either side of you and walk you up into the
I'm with
city
them.
hall. Yeah.
Okay. But they're not escorting me, right?
No, they specifically have orders for Elaba and Fifth. But they don't stop you from coming with them.
I just
Wouldn't
follow.
the maid have also seen Crumb there? Like
Yeah.
she would have seen everybody there, right?
Yeah, she would have.
Except Shay wasn't there.
But I wasn't there when the murders happened. Like I didn't get covered in blood or anything.
Right. That's what I'm mainly going off of. She would have seen everybody there, but she would have specifically seen.
But we would have both been there for the beheading. Like everybody, all of us were there for the beheading. We arrived back to see Elaba stabbing her father because we were doing something else. I feel like, yeah, Crumb and Fifth came in later.
Mm-hmm.
We were throwing rocks or something, trying to get
Yeah,
the
we're
gargoyle
doing
off the
something
roof.
about the guards that the gargoyle.
Yes, it was because Fifth was Kane was impersonating Grimesporth.
Yeah,
But then you all were in the like she saw all of you because Kane went
Yeah.
up after you were all in the room.
all of us being Navarre. Yeah, so she would have clocked Navarre,
Yeah, so she saw
Crumb, and Fifth.
right. So as far as you know from what she has reported so far was that she remembered you two specifically, remembering that Elaba was covered in blood. And so that's remember, this is not like the true, like, you haven't actually spoken to her. From what has been conveyed to you through, like, a fourth party, that's what's been looking at. And so and they're
They've just
looking
been
at
specifically looking for Fifth and Elaba. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so anyway, so they bring you guys in, they walk you up into some, like, executive chambers that you haven't actually seen before. You've seen, like, little offices here and there from different people that you visited and terrorized.
What building are we in?
In the main city hall.
Oh yeah, that's where the redhead is
Yeah.
when she's working.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, they bring you in, they walk you up, and then there are two guards that are standing out in front of, like, the main executive office suite. They look up, my lord, sire or sergeant, we've brought them, we found them. Oh, very well, let them in. And so they go and they open up the door, and they kind of gently push you inside as they follow along into the room, and you see the Earl that you've seen once before is sitting there with his back turned to the window, back turned to the door, just kind of looking around at a desk, looking through different papers, and then he looks up. What? Oh, you're here. You have a lot of explaining to do, Mr. Fifth.
Ah yes, I do indeed. I have first-hand testimony of the horrible incident that occurred last night.
Yes, the one that you were actually there for.
Yes,
Yeah.
first-hand testimony for myself and my wife here, and Crumb and Navarre here.
I'm Crumb. I can tell you a story.
We all have first-hand witness testimony to tell you exactly what occurred.
Oh, okay. Well, we have our version of events. You tell me yours.
And then Fifth goes on to tell the agreed upon version where the assassin came in, and they don't know. He's not going to mention Pumpabus because there's no way for him to have known that Pumpabus was involved in the assassination at all. So
Right.
While the story's going on, Crumb is going to be just trying to be sneaky, although he doesn't have good stealth, but just kind of sneaking around the room, just kind of like wandering, glancing at, I don't know if he has any like bookshelves or anything, just kind of looking around.
Yeah, he would have some bookshelves and some adornments around.
I'm
So
not looking
essentially,
to
the
take
story-
anything. I'm just gonna be moving around the room while the story's going on.
Okay. So essentially, so I remember right. So the story is that you're claiming that an assassin came in and killed him before you walked into the room.
No. The story is we were all there, and it was a celebratory occasion where we were going to get our, bonds removed, our magical things removed, and then there was an assassin that shortly after we got our bonds removed, came in and beheaded Questrafuse and Thews and stabbed Eliba's father multiple times right in front of Eliba. It was terrible.
Okay.
And Eliba would break down crying at the thought.
Okay.
So yeah, so she like backs up Fifth by basically crying.
Right.
Now, the layout
Uh,
of the room that you have imagined, DM, would I be able to be, as I'm kind of being this wandering character, looking, just kind of showing like I have a short attention span, am I able to make myself position myself to where I'm either to the side or behind the Earl? Not necessarily close to him, like kind of more up against the wall. Because he's
yeah.
distracted
I mean,
listening
the
to
room would be
story.
big enough. You wouldn't be able to be sneaky about it, but
No, I'm not trying to be sneaky, just kind of slow and have this wandering about me, distracted kind of appearance. But over time, I make my way over into the kind of the corner that would be behind him on one of his sides. I don't know. Or is
I mean-
What is it
I'm
you're
trying to get
trying
out of his
do?
view a little bit, to where he's focused on the story and not necessarily on me, as I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of there, and then maybe he can kind of catch me out of his peripheral, but not quite. Right.
yeah, you'd be able to do that. I mean, again, it's you still would be kind of in his peripheral, but you wouldn't. He would, as Fifth starts to talk more and more and more about his
Right.
about the story. He's going to be more enraptured and engaged as you do that.
As the conversation's going on and I get kind of slightly out of view, I reach into my pack and slowly pull out just part way the torch, and I'm looking at Fifth, like nodding with a grin on my face.
Oh, good heavens.
Fifth would look at you and shake his head.
And I frown and I tuck my torch away.
And he Fifth wouldn't miss a beat while telling the story, but as he's telling the story, he'd make eye contact with you and shake his head. And then go back to eye contact with the Earl and continue to tell.
Remind me, is the Earl a good guy or a bad guy?
Just
Sorry.
a guy. I don't.
Just a
Is he one of
guy.
the corrupt people? Do we have evidence of his corruption at all?
He was one of the people that sent you to Tareen, but you don't know whether or not he's good or bad.
So he's not one of the people who like tried to get us to like beat up.
I mean,
Yeah,
he sent
he
us.
hasn't-
He sent us to Tarim with crappy supplies for their supposed ally.
Yeah,
That
but not
entire
like
mission.
a whole
That whole
set of
mission
people.
came from him.
Oh, it was him. This is the guy. This is the guy who his whole mission was sending us there
Oh yeah, that actually was his mission. So yes,
with
he-
the crappy supplies. Yeah, he's
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
he's just the guy who hates those people. Okay, great.
Yep. Then he was looking for a better outcome, but yes.
This is fine.
Okay. So you tell your story. Initially, I need you to roll your deception check.
Okay. Does Eliba also have to roll deception for her crying?
Yeah. Or
Or
performance.
Performance. Can it be deception?
I mean, it's a matter of because she knows you're telling an outright lie, so she'd have to. It's whether or not she can fake cry convincingly. That's not deception.
I mean, that's both deception and performance. That's fine if you want. You can just subtract 6 from that number, and you've got the
Okay, fair enough.
performance roll.
Oh, and he roll a 14, so he believes you. As he starts to listen to your story, okay. One question here. So you say the assassins came in and killed Quester Thews right in front of you.
Oh, well, right in front of. I was a little farther removed from Quester Thews himself. I was nursing my neck from this, but I mean, Eleva, she was right next to her father, and
So how did this no-name assassin come in and defeat one of the most powerful wizards in the area?
I assure you, I have no idea. Perhaps it was a magical assassin.
And what of you, Miss Eleva? What did you see anything that would have alluded to that? You would have been able to see the whole thing. I cannot believe that someone just walked in and just defeated them and just destroyed them without any sort of
He appeared as
any
if he
sort of
was.
event. They would have just dropped down dead.
He appeared as though he melted from the shadows. He suddenly appeared behind Quester and just beheaded him, and then suddenly he was behind my father, stabbing him repeatedly.
He looks at you. I see. And then after that, then he just left. Then
Melted right back into the shadows.
now, okay. Now, if that's the case, then how is the maid involved?
I haven't a clue. She came down the stairs running. Perhaps I screamed. It's all such a blur.
Roll another deception check to see if it'll clutch it for him. Okay,
Oh.
yep.
Ooh.
Oh,
Holy crap, it was a plus 10.
That's a big number.
Yes. See, he 100%, you're able to convince between the two of you going back and forth, and, well, I'm not even going to roll for him. There's no way he's going to get a 30. Yeah, so you're able to convince him, and he's, well, I guess, if that's what happened, I'm sure she must have she didn't actually, I don't know if she actually saw the deed. She just mentioned that you were there, so I apologize for the little bit of a manhunt, but you understand we have to take some sort of action after what's happened.
Of course, yes. If you would allow me to comfort my wife now, if we could cease to speak of the matter, we have a funeral to prepare.
I see.
at this point, I'm like leaning in, kind of hovering over the guy and kind of sniffing at him. Do you know any fishermen?
It kind of looks up at you and then backs away slightly. Well, I do not know of any fishermen specifically, but I do know of plenty that work for me.
You should fire them. Fishing should be illegal.
And why is that?
Because I have a friend that's a fish. Can I roll intimidation?
Yeah.
I'm like starting to like get all intense. I don't know why, but fisherman, bad.
He looks at you and kind of it definitely works. He gets a little bit intimidated, but he's not one to cower in fear. He just kind of takes a step back, a little bit more cautious. Well, I'm not going to get rid of the fishermen, but I will make sure that the fish that they do catch only go to those that need it. Think of the children, man. They need food.
Yes, children need food. I'll think about it. That's fine for now, but I might be back.
Okay.
And I get up and I just walk out of the room.
One more question before you leave. And then he looks at you. He looks at Eleva. Miss Eleva, I understand that you're going through a horrible time, but I must know. We found some evidence of Quester Thews wanting to transfer some lands of Poppenbuse, and we think he may be involved. Do you know anything about this?
No? Pump abuse? Lands? Perhaps Father mentioned Quester. I'm. As you can see, sir, perhaps a different time later we could discuss this.
Oh, are you talking about pumpkin juice, that guy?
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you know
I
anything
think
about him?
I've heard of him. I think they got in a fight or something.
Yes, he was one of the people that told you what to do. Do you know anything about him? Do you know anything about the lands or any disputes between him and Quester Thews?
Well, I just know that Quester Fuse and him had a fight and some kind of big argument and were mad at each other or something. I don't know.
Did you see this? You must tell me more.
They were fighting and they were angry at each other. I don't know. I don't know the details. I'm not good with numbers. But I know they were upset at each other. I
you
know
saw
that.
them.
I
Where-
know they
where-
were. I heard them talking.
Where?
Yeah.
Where were you?
I don't remember.
Oh, was this when we were sent to do Pump and Buse's task and we returned and he was talking with Quester?
Maybe.
Ah, yes. Perhaps I think Crumb was the first one in the door at that time. He
Was
has
that when I
habit
was a
of-
sheep?
He has a habit of walking into doors first.
I was the sheep one time also. But I do know they were upset at each other.
After you say the sheep, then he loses interest. I forget. Very well. Just leave, Miss Elena. We will speak of this matter further. But for now, take your proper bereavement.
As I'm walking out, I'm like, maybe they were upset and what's his face killed the something or other. Pumpkin juice killed the Prestifuse. I don't know. And I just leave.
And he just kind of sighs. We're nowhere closer to solving this than we were before. And then you walk out, and then as you walk out of the town hall is when Shay and Kane catch up to you.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How'd it go?
Well, he's gonna, be more careful with his fishing.
Yes. That.
And his fishermen are only gonna fish only for the kids that need food. And I look
Food's
at Shay.
overrated.
So is the martial law lifted now?
I have no
I don't
idea,
know.
but we are we
Free
are
to
no
go
longer
right now?
we are no longer required to give further testimony. He said perhaps Elaba would need to testify as to any land transfer that may have been pending.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just go to the tavern and stay put.
Where did they catch up with us? Or did we walk out of the building, or were we?
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have
on
caught
this?
up with you as you walked out of the building.
Okay. Right before, well, as you guys talk about going back to the tavern, I'm gonna be like, hold on, I need to go check on my friend, see if she's there. Be back. I'll go
Do you want
back
me to come
inside.
with you?
Sure, if you want.
Okay. I go with him.
Wait, where is he going?
And I go
We need-
inside to go see if I can go up to Niece's office,
Oh,
see if
got it.
she's there. And I go up and I knock on the door. I don't know with all the things if she's even at work today, but I knock.
Yeah, you don't get an answer when you knock on the door.
I open the door.
And the office is empty. She's not there.
Oh.
She did not come in today with everything going on.
I look around the room. Do I see like a paper and something to write with?
Yeah, you'd see she'd have a small stack of paper and a quill and ink on the desk.
I go take a paper and a quill and I write a note and then I fold it up and set it very obvious in front of where her chair is.
On the desk or on the ground?
On the
In
desk.
front of her chair. Okay. It's Crow, I have to ask.
That's true. Well, I was debating I put it on the chair. I'll go with that. That's why I was debating on the desk or chair. I'll go with the chair. And
Okay.
then I leave. And catch up with the group at the tavern, I guess?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you walk in, you're not bothered as you walk back. It seems like things are starting to kind of open up again as word is spread about everything that's gone on. And yeah, you make it back to the tavern without any problems.
What time is it? Like how far time in the
Lunchtime.
day am I?
Lunchtime.
Hasn't been that long.
Yeah, it'd only be like 12, like maybe 1 or 2 o'clock, probably. Early
All right.
afternoon.
Do
So
we
I
get
got
a
in
short
there.
rest? I know Kane wants a short rest.
I say we do a short rest and lunch.
Yeah, do I get a short rest?
Yeah. Because
Yay!
you would have been taking it easy. You wouldn't have really done anything in the last hour after you left, and they all left you alone.
So when I get in the tavern, Rock, what's for lunch?
Pheasant. We got pheasant today.
All right, I'll have some.
All right. So he goes back to prepare you food, and then he brings it back to you. All right, here you go. Anything else? Anybody else want some?
I'm good, Rock, thanks.
Okay. And then he goes and bustles back in.
I think we would have already been eating. But I mean, I don't know how long those two.
Maybe
Took.
3 minutes behind you.
Oh, okay, great.
It's like
Well,
when
we
you
probably
get
would've-
to the restaurant like a few minutes before your friend and you order before they sit down.
Yeah, probably would have already ordered.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it takes about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to cook everything up, and they bring you back enough for your fill as you sit down for lunch and you consume what you will.
I'm gonna go get Ezra, unless he's down in the tavern area.
Yeah, you don't see him.
Okay, I'm gonna go get him out of my room.
Okay. So you walk upstairs and you open the door and he's passed out, snoring super loud on your bed.
Of course. I go and gently wake him up by shaking him.
I apologize. I was up all night.
You're fine. You're fine. We're downstairs. We already talked to the Earl. So everything
Okay,
is
well.
back normal right now.
So you spoke to, so everything's been cleared then.
that we know of.
Excellent.
Well, you can talk to Fifth. I wasn't there.
Very well. So he gets up and follows you down into the main tavern area. And he looks up. So Fifth, what's the status?
We testified before the Earl, and he seemed to believe our testimony.
Silver tongue indeed. Very
What?
well.
No,
Wait,
he
who has
doesn't
a
have
silver tongue?
I checked. There's no silver tongue. I think that guy's
Also,
lying.
Niece wasn't there, so Crumbs left her a love letter.
Oh, how precious,
No,
Crumb.
she wasn't there. I wrote her a note.
I thought that reading and writing was bad for you.
Oh, just reading.
Just so you can write, you just can't read.
Yep. I can
What if you-
read.
What if you read your own note?
Oh, no, niece will read it. I don't need to read it.
Very well.
I thought he said Elvish is the one that makes it dangerous. So, he wrote it in Common?
Yep.
See, then we're fine.
Okay. Very well. Well,
Also, there's going to be less fish.
Less fish.
Yep, because the fishermen of the town are only going to fish for those who need the food, like the children.
Oh, okay.
Who don't have food.
what about their mothers? What about the people that don't have any homes and they only can survive off of fish? What about the fishermen who make their living by catching fish?
You know what, Ezra? You ask a lot of questions.
Only those who need it.
Very well.
Fishermen are bad. Don't trust them.
Perfect. Well, with that out of the way, we need to now sit down and discuss the next portion
We're sitting down.
of our of our adventure. We
You
need
can join us.
yes. Please. He thinks about it for a second. I know. And then he reaches into his pocket and then he pulls out like a little like trinket that's like kind of like a child's toy. It hands it to you. I need you to tell me how many bumps are on this toy.
I grab.
Take your time. It's going to
toy.
take at least 20, 30.
Do I need to roll a perception on that one, or?
That's up to you. It's like a round ball. So it's up to
Perception
you
for
on how
what?
you want to play it. As he's trying to distract you.
Like
Uh,
perception for how?
oh, that's a good
for
point.
Counting.
Investigation? I feel like investigation would be
Do you have to roll something to count?
to keep track of how many bumps are on a ball, probably.
I mean, it's Crumb, so like, he's gonna have his own special counting to begin with, and then
That's true.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
but it's
It's up
texture,
to you
though,
and how you want to
so-
roleplay that. I'm not gonna make you roll anything.
If it's
Roll-
just a
role play it.
smooth ball, he'll grab it, and so I grab the object. You said it's just a smooth ball with no bumps on it.
I mean, they don't have like machines, so it would be like a hand carved thing, so there would still be bumps on there, but it is a round ball has like some little designs, and there are some bumps just from the tool that was used to carve it.
So I grab it and I look at him. What kind of bumps should I be counting?
The
Like,
special ones.
Square bumps, round bumps, big
Round.
bumps, little bumps.
Round bumps, Crumb.
I set the ball on the table, and then I don't know how many of you have done this with Play-Doh. When you like make Play-Doh a ball, like into a ball, you roll your hand in circles so that the Play-Doh like rolls under your hand. You know what I'm talking about? That motion.
Yeah.
So it becomes
So
like a good ball.
Right. So I take that, I drop it onto the table, and I just roll it. And I count 2 bumps, and I pick it up and hand it back. 2 bumps.
He grabs it and like, that should have taken longer. I know. Then he looks at it and he starts to wave the ball in front of you like a dog. And then he throws it down the room. Go get it!
I watch as it flies across the room. Does it hit anything or like?
No, it just kind of bounces on the ground and then rolls over.
What do you need the ball for?
And he just kind of stands there awkwardly, like expecting you to do something, but then you clearly don't.
I look at him straight in the face, and I cast command, and I say, "Fetch."
Fifth face palms and looks away.
Have you gotten smarter since Fate left?
I don't know.
You see Fifth nodding.
And I like line up my nodding with his nodding, so we're in sync. And then I turn to Shay. Yeah.
I see. I think Bate's a bad influence on you.
But I miss my friend.
Yeah, I do
Who's the
too.
best bard.
So is Ezra fetching or what?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what his. I was reading up on the command spell again.
I think
I have it up.
What's your DC again? Is it 12?
Wisdom.
Like-
He has to do a wisdom saving throw.
Right, but your
What's the number?
spellcasting difficulty.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, so it looks like it's a 12
Oh.
on his your
12.
thing. It has to. So if it ties, it doesn't take effect, right?
That's right. Meet or exceed.
Spell has
Yes.
no effect. Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
So he
no.
rolled. He rolled
Yeah.
a 12.
That which means he doesn't succeed, right? Or he does succeed it. He succeeds the saving throw, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he succeeds.
Yeah, so nothing.
Then he turns around and looks at you. No, you fetch. Then he casts command at you.
Man, he just knows everything.
What's
Elaba's watching this whole thing, just like she looks super interested. Elaba's like, this is the most fascinating thing I've ever seen, is what it looks like.
Counterspell.
Yeah, I know.
No, legit. I cast
Oh.
counterspell.
Oh, because
You're awake.
What does that do?
It cancels out his spell.
Theoretically,
If the creature is casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, the spell fails and has no effect. There is
Okay,
no
so it
rolling
just fails.
necessary.
Yeah, it just fails.
it doesn't matter what. Can't he cast command with a higher level spell slot?
He can, but he wouldn't have.
Oh, okay.
Is there a reason
I mean-
why you're trying to get Crumb to not pay attention?
While you're asking that, I also use Mage Hand to pick up the ball and return it to Ezra.
Nice.
So you. No, it's fine. There's no reason for it. Anyways,
Good
We
thing
need
you
to
did that
discuss-
mage hand. Anyway, sorry.
we need to discuss the next steps for what's going to happen with Abner Titanborn and his undead army. I feel like now is an ample time now that you're no longer wanted by the law.
I can fix that.
Nope. Please don't.
Well, all right. As long as you're sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Perfect. And I'm actually going to end it right before he actually gets into that session, before he
Sounds
starts to
good.
get into that talk.
This seems like it's a good spot to end.
It's right about the time.
Is that why you were trying to get Crumbs to fetch? To draw out
Well, no.
the end of the session?
No, I wasn't trying to draw it out. I was trying to. I was going to start talking about digging into the next topic, and then Crumb was just being Crumb and trying to. I wasn't annoyed by any means. It just, from the
Yeah, I know.
character's perspective, he would have been frustrated. So he would have thought that was a quick way to get him to stop interrupting.
Yeah,
But he realizes he has.
that
Lord
seemed in
Howard.
character to me.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so that's what it was. There was no specific reason for it other than he was trying to get Crumb to get distracted so he could talk without being interrupted.
Sounds good.
Did
And
you
it
say
backfired.
his? Did you guys say his assumption seemed it would be in character, or what I did seemed in character?
All things seem to be in character.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh. Perfect. And with that, I will end the recording. Thanks for listening.
Bye.